afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Southern New Hampshire University for today's semifinal Division II boys baseball matchup between the number 2 seeded Goffstown Grizzlies and the number 6 seeded Kennett Eagles. Along with Steve Beal, I'm Mike Santoro. We're going to be bringing you play-by-play, and we're going to take a back seat here for a moment as we let the PA announcer do the starting lineups.
Thank you, Mike.
Batting third, the third baseman is sophomore, number 34, Nate Green. Batting cleanup and playing first base is freshman, number 30, Chase Spencer. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, a junior, number 14, Riley Fletcher. Batting sixth and playing left field, a sophomore, number 12, Zach Smith. Batting seventh and catching a sophomore, number 11, Dominic Jones. Batting eighth and playing right field, a junior, number 20, Dylan West. Batting ninth and playing center field, a sophomore, number 9, Ethan Ouellette. On the mound today for Canada Junior, number 19, Derek Descoulier. The assistant coaches for the Eagles are Seth Allen, Jim Hidden, and Doc Walker. Head coach of Kennett is Josh McAllister.
So there you had the Kennett Eagles starting lineup, and the coaches are making their way out onto the field. And in a moment, here comes the Grizzlies lineup.
Grizzlies of Goffstown. Leading off and playing shortstop with sophomore, number 5, Connor Hyzak. Batting second and playing second base is junior, number 11, Clay Campbell. Batting third and playing first base is senior, number 9, Justin Kennett. Batting cleanup and catching is senior, number 4, Tyler Santoro. Batting fifth and pitching is senior, number 16, Taylor Friend. Batting sixth and playing left field is junior, number 8, Robert Doherty. Batting seventh and playing
Sorry about that.
is senior, number 10, Ethan Smith. Batting eighth and playing right field is junior, number 14, William Susie. Batting ninth and playing center field is senior, number 2, Carter Schwenow. The assistant coaches for the Grizzlies are Colin Burke and John Lopez. The head coach of Goffstown is Adam Lawrence. The umpires for today's game, behind home plate, Laurel Army. At first base, Ted Houlihan. And at third base, Brian True. At this time, we ask you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there you go, Steve. Both starting lineups announced and line up on the respective baselines, the national anthem, and we're just moments away from the first pitch of this semifinal Division II baseball game.
Yeah, the first of 2 semifinals here today at Southern New Hampshire University, with the Portsmouth Hanover game to follow this one. It's an overcast day here at Southern New Hampshire University. Temperature about 73 degrees and a little bit of a breeze. Looks to be blowing out towards right field here as we get started here momentarily for a game between the Kennett Eagles and the Goffstown Grizzlies.
Yeah, second year in a row for Goffstown in the semifinals here. Last year they played the later game. They played the 7 o'clock game against Portsmouth, which was a doozy. That was a game for the ages. That game went into extra innings. We were fortunate enough to bring you that game last year on GTV, and Portsmouth came out on top, a 5-3 victor. But it took 9 innings, and it was a great game, a heartbreaking loss for Goffstown, but a beautiful game, a great game to watch and call. I remember the start of that game, Steve, you talk about temperature and wind. It was probably 75, 78 degrees when that game started. By the time it ended, it was probably about 52, and it was a lot chillier up here. I don't think we're going to be quite that extreme this year for this game because it's the 4 o'clock start, so it probably won't be as cold at 6:37 as it was last year at 10:30. But Taylor French taking his warm-up tosses. Taylor's a senior, wearing number 16. He'll be attending St. Anselm College and playing for the St. Anselm Hawks next year, Division II baseball team. Behind the plate is Tyler Santoro. Tyler's also a senior. Tyler will be attending Roger Williams University in September down in Rhode Island. He is not currently slated to play baseball, but says he may try to play in the fall team and see what happens.
There you go. Can't hurt to try, and schools have a lot of vested interest in their athlete and their students, and then as a student athlete even more so. So I always say to kids that are on that fence, if they feel they can do it, why not go play the sport you love and get your education at the same time? Because the school is going to do everything they can to make sure you succeed in both.
Yeah, especially a small school like that. Tyler was he was definitely looking for a smaller school, not something with the 10, 20, 30,000 students. Roger Williams about 3,500, maybe a little bit less than that. So campus, beautiful campus. We've been there several times, and when the first time he saw it, he loved it. So I'm not gonna doubt him.
No, it's a nice spot down there for sure.
Yep.
So French is just about wrapping up here. He's going to be facing Ethan Robitaille to lead off the game for the Kennett Eagles. Kennett comes into the game. They're the 6th seed. They finished the regular season at 12-6. And they've knocked out number 11 Milford with a 4-3 victory in their first round game, and then upset number 3 seed Plymouth 7-2 in the second round in the quarterfinals. And Plymouth made a bunch of mistakes in that game, from what I understand, committing 6 errors, and opened the door for Kennett to advance.
Yep, so Taylor is on the bump. Ethan Robitaille in the batter's box, batting from the right side, number 46. He'll be playing second base today. And here comes the first pitch from Taylor, and it's a swing and a foul for a strike. So Robitaille wasting no time going after the first pitch. Like to see that, Steve, the aggressiveness right off the bat.
Yeah, this is a young club. They've only got 1 senior on the roster. They're coming off of 3 straight 6-win seasons, so they've been a power in the past, and they've been down for the last few years, but they've made some huge strides this year and look to be good for a couple years coming here.
Yeah, especially with a young team, like you said. There's a nice curveball for a strike, so Taylor quickly ahead 0-2.
Taylor was a first-team All-State recipient this year, and Santoro, his battery mate, was a third-team selection. So
curveball misses high. Yeah, there was 6 players on this roster that were selected either first, second, or third team. The other first teamer was Connor Hyzak, our sophomore shortstop, who will be around for a few more years. Then you had Mitchell and Clay Campbell, the second team All-State, and then you had Justin and Tyler as the third teamers. So a 2-2 count. He's worked himself back into it. Robitaille with a good at-bat here, doing what a leadoff batter is supposed to do, see some pitches, and that pitch overthrown and misses outside. So now the count is full after getting ahead of him 0-2.
0-2 to 3-2, and
Robitaille has
basically
worked the count full.
Yeah, he's just not offering at pitches that aren't in the zone.
Right.
So good discipline.
Disciplined hitter, and that's what you want out of a leadoff batter, right? So here comes the payoff pitch to Robitaille. Let's see what happens here. And he struck him out. He got him looking. Great pitch.
Yep.
That's a tough pitch right there. Not really much Robitaille could do with that except for maybe flick at it and foul it off. But Robitaille goes down looking for the first out of the inning. And here comes Devin Willett, the shortstop.
You know, as they say, Mike, that's a pitch that's probably too close to take there.
Yep. Too close to take. He's probably not going to put it in play. The best he's going to do is foul it off. But Devin Robitaille wearing number 22, the shortstop, batting from the right side. Loose grip on the bat, close stance to the plate, and he takes a curveball in there for a strike. So He's thrown 3 or 4 curveballs already.
Yeah, he's mixing in those pitches early, right off the bat. You throw a curveball for a strike, then that changes the mindset a lot of times in the batter.
Especially when you mix it up and throw it first. There's another one on the inside corner. So Steve, he's looks like he's comfortable with that curveball already. So the second consecutive batter he's gotten ahead 0-2.
Yeah, and if Taylor wants to be around long in this game, then he's probably want to put some of these batters away when he gets ahead.
Right. You don't want to go 6, 7 pitches to each one of them. He misses with a fastball outside. That's a nice pitch, though, Steve, right there.
Good
Consecutive curveballs, and then he throws a fastball just trying to nibble at the outside corner and just missed. So it's now 1-2 to Willett. There's an Ethan Willett batting 9th today. Not sure if they're brothers or not. I should have checked with the Kennett TV crew. Misses high with that curveball, try to snap it off.
Yep, left that one up, but not in danger of getting hurt by that pitch, but certainly not crisp.
But he's now gone to 2-2, so he's already thrown 10 pitches through 2 batters, and he hasn't gotten through the second batter yet. Fastball fouled out of play.
So Devin, the shortstop batting here, he is a junior, and then Ethan Willett batting 9th and playing center field. He's a sophomore.
So they could be brothers, likely that they are, but I don't want to go out on a limb and say that they are. They're cousins. I just been told they're cousins, so there you go. So it's still 2-2 to Willett. And a fastball, it's popped up in the air. Tyler looking to come in. Justin coming in, and Tyler, 3/4 of the way down the baseline, makes the grab. Not a play that you like to see your catcher making, but Tyler stayed with it.
That is
it's a much easier play for Justin to come down the line.
That is a remarkable catch, considering Tyler went 70 feet up the first base line to make that catch.
And he was the only one going after the ball, Steve.
Yeah, that's shocking.
So good play right there by Tyler to prevent a base runner, infield single. So here's the 3-hitter, Nate Grames.
Nate Grames, the third baseman. He's
comes out hacking.
He's also one of their best pitchers. He's thrown in the postseason here as well as today's starter, Derek Descoulias.
And Grames is old school up there with no batting gloves, Steve. That's the way I used to bat for a while. Then I went to the batting gloves.
Well, they hadn't invented batting gloves when I played, so it wasn't really much of an option.
They had them. I wore one. I wore one on my left hand just because I wore it when I caught. Curveball just – they said he got him.
Oh, they say that hit the shirt.
Must have just grazed his shirt, so we have our first base runner of the game. So Grames gets hit with a curveball. I guess if you want to get hit with a pitch, Steve, that's the way you want to do it.
I guess so, considering nobody knew he was hit except the umpire.
Except the umpire. So Chase Spencer, the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, number 30. I thought I heard he was a freshman. He's a big boy for a freshman.
He's a big boy for any grade.
He swings it kind of wildly at a pitch in the dirt. So Taylor's gotten ahead of all 4 batters that he's faced. 2-0 to the first couple, and then 0-2 to the first couple of batters, and now 0-1 to the last 2.
Yeah, Spencer's listed on the roster as a freshman. He plays some first base, catches, and pitches.
So he's got a bright future ahead of him. Freshman batting cleanup, I imagine he can hit the ball, and he can field his positions if he plays so many of them. So 2 outs. Taylor French looking in for a sign. 1-1 count. We got Grames on first base. Decent sized lead. Not going foul straight back here, but it's going to miss us. And the count goes to 1-2. Beautiful night for baseball, Steve.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful day.
Got Old Glory barely moving out there in right field, so not much of a breeze right now. Here comes the 1-2. Curveball, and waits on it, fouls it. Nice play by the third base coach over there. Tosses it into Ethan Smith. So the count will hang at 1-2.
That's pretty good plate discipline there, too, staying back as long as he did on that breaking ball.
Great job. Great job waiting on that pitch. Just the way you're supposed to do it. So here comes the 1-2 again. Fastball, and that's fouled out of play. Over towards the softball field. And the count will remain at 1-2. We'll do it again.
Yep,
so Taylor's throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning, Steve.
Yep, this will be pitch number 19. And he's been pretty clean. It's not a lot of wildness.
Fouled at the plate, so Spencer is putting on a great at-bat here. He's fouled at least 4 pitches off already.
Yep, that's 4.
So the count stays at 1-2. No movement over there from Grames at first base. Suppose you don't want to take the bat out of your 4-hitter's hand.
No, they know their personnel too, so they might have a different situation with.
And another foul back here. So this is like being at the batting cage for Spencer. He's getting his money's worth here. Puts a quarter in, he gets at least 8 or 10 pitches. He's fouled 5 back now. This is what, the 7th, 8th pitch of the at bat, Steve?
Yeah, this would be pitch number 8 right here.
Yep.
And when it's only 1 ball in the count, you know he's fouled a bunch off.
You know he's done some work, right? It's a 1-2 count. It's been that way since the 3rd pitch of the at bat. Here it comes again, and he misses low with that one. So great eye by Spencer here.
I'll say the first 4 batters, Mike, so far have shown that they're not afraid to let the ball travel some and laying off pitches that are not in the zone.
Fastball, there's a line drive to center field, but right at Schwinnard, and he makes the grab. So a great at bat by Spencer, but the result doesn't yield him what he wants, but an excellent at bat, and they got Taylor to throw over 20 pitches that inning. So nice job, clean inning, but minus the hit by pitch, but 0-0 after a half inning, and Goffstown coming up.
Well, that was a mix of fastballs and breaking balls. He fouled everything off, and he squared that fastball up. I mean, that ball was hit right on the screws, right at the center fielder, Schwinnard.
Well, you can see why Spencer's the cleanup hitter right there, Steve. 1-2 count for a long time. Saw 10 pitches in the at-bat, and he's a freshman. He's going to only get better as his years go on. So, we talked about it at the beginning. Only one senior on this team, and Kennett's coming off a couple of 6-win seasons, 12 wins this year. They're only going to get better going further, going into the future. And it's not a team we get to see very often in Goffstown. We don't play teams up in North Conway area, but they look good so far, Steve. I like what I see.
Well, you can see why with the first 4 batters, just with some discipline and a good approach at the plate, why they'd certainly be hanging around in games for sure. They've got Derek Descoulias on the mound, who is their ace. His last outing, he went 5 innings, struck out 11 batters. He was the lone all-state selection. He made the 2nd team, the lone all-state selection from Kennett High this year. And, of course, he's a junior. He'll be back. And then the 3rd baseman, Nate Greaves, is also thrown in the postseason as well, and he's only a sophomore. So it sounds like they've got a lot to build on. Maybe overachieved a bit this year as far as what their expectations were, but that doesn't take anything away from the fact that they're in the Final Four Division II baseball, and everybody's got a chance to move on.
That's right. When you get to this level, get this deep in the season, it's anybody's game. It's a win or you go home type of situation. So here's Connor Hyzak. Speaking of sophomores, Connor's only a sophomore, and he's one of Goffstown's ace pitchers. And he takes a ball, the first pitch from Descoulias. I'm sure I'm probably going to mess up that name once or twice tonight. I apologize to Derek already. And he takes a fastball for ball 2. Descoulias doesn't come over the top. He seems to come a little bit 3/4. Not quite the side, Steve, but he's not over the top. He's about 3/4 with his pitch.
Yeah.
Looks like a kind of a hook there. It's almost like a natural curveball for him, the way his motion is, and his ball is going to tail away from right-handed batters.
Yeah, it kind of slings it a little bit.
Yep. Oh, nice pitch. So he had him 2-0, and he's climbed back 2-2. So he's worked the opposite of what Taylor French has done. Taylor's been ahead and kind of lost it. He was down. He was 2-0 and now worked his way back. And Connor fouls one back, and that's going to make it to just hit the fence in front of the softball field. So the count remains at 2-2. Taylor doing what Connor doing what he's supposed to be doing as a leadoff batter. Got a little bit of an open stance, and he comes in. Fastball misses low and outside, so the count is full to Hyzak.
Early on, Mike, it looks like, and we've seen this a little bit in previous games, it looks like maybe that side of the plate on the left-handed batter's box side might be a little wider strike zone than on the inside corner to a right-handed batter.
Yeah, that's what it's looked like so far. Our vantage point, we're a little bit, and that misses outside. So you were just talking about that spot, Steve, and he went right after it. So Goffstown with the leadoff batter on, and great speed right now at first base, and Connor Hyzak. Clay Campbell up. Clay's been in a tiny slump, if you want to call it, for him. He's been one of Goffstown's best hitters all year round, and for him to go 2 games without getting a hit, that's a little slump for Clay. He's been pressing a little bit. I talked to him after the last game, and he knows that he's been pressing just a bit. So Hyzak with a decent-sized lead over there.
The wind's picked up here.
Yep,
Mike,
he's got a
going
running
out
lead.
for-
There he goes. There's a pitch for a strike. The throw is high. Goes into center field, but there'll be no advancement. So we have a called strike. Oh, and then it's bobbled out in center field. We have a called strike to Campbell. And you can see Hyzak. He's been doing that a lot, Steve. He starts to mosey on out there, and once the pitcher takes his eye off him, he takes off.
Yep.
And if the pitcher steps off, he can get him in a rundown. So quickly, Goffstown with a runner on second base and no out. 0-1 count to Clay Campbell here.
Well, Campbell, you know, I've said it earlier, he was the guy that was consistent driving in runs all year, even when the offense was slow to start in the early part of the season.
Curveball misses outside. It was stayed high. Yeah, he was, and I know John Skokie has said this many times, he was the early front runner for MVP for this Goffstown team. He took the team on his back a few times. And there's a ground ball that the shortstop gets to. He was playing behind Hyzak. The long throw, he's got him. But Clay does his job by moving Connor to third. That's a great play by the shortstop because the Connor running to third base was right in front of him. And he was disrupted his view, but he made a nice backhand play, kind of a slide to stop, and then makes the throw over there.
I don't know if Devin Ouellette pitches at all from shortstop, but he has got a strong arm.
Yeah, I was watching him in warm-ups, yeah. So Justin Bernard, who missed the last game because he was at his college orientation pitching the dirt for a ball. Justin was he was just he was upset that he had to miss that game, but went to his orientation at Maine Maritime University on Saturday, where he'll be playing football next year. Justin swings and misses. The count stays at evens up at 1-1.
So we got a runner at third, one out, 3-hitter at the plate. Corners are in for Kennett. Defense playing about halfway in the middle.
Pitch was high. Catcher thought about throwing down to third base. Connor was not very far off the bag, but it's good to see Dominic Jones paying attention out there. So Justin, the 2-1 pitch, takes a strike right down the middle. Nice pitch. Justin's going to put the ball in play here. If he hits it in the middle of the infield, that's going to score a run, maybe even to the first baseman. Anything to the outfield should score Connor unless it's too shallow. And he hits a pop-up.
He pops him up.
The pitcher's calling for it. Descoulias calls for it, and he makes the catch. So you don't see that very often where the pitcher does his own catching on a pop-up. So there's 2 down now for Tyler.
Well, that's both halves of this inning. We've seen pop-ups played by players in positions and spots on the field that you don't normally see.
I mean, that ball was right in the pitcher's dot, but you generally don't see the pitcher field pop-ups. You see someone come in. So here's Tyler now stepping in. Tyler swings at a curveball, and that lifts that foul down the right field line out of play. Oh, people scurrying over there. So Tyler's been hot as of late. He's hitting over 500 in these playoffs.
He had a big, long, booming double in the quarterfinal win over Wyndham.
Yep, he sure did. And he, off the end of the bat, fouls that one off, just past the Kennett dugout. So Descoulias is ahead 0-2. Umpire is checking that ball as it hit the cement there, so checking it for scratches. Something you don't see, you'll never see that in a regular season game, Steve.
No.
And he's checking the ball out. I would have laughed if he threw it out of play, because you'd never see that in a high school baseball game. So 2 strikes on Tyler here. Bottom of the first, no score. Connor Hyzak at third base. And he fouls that one straight back towards the softball field, but not going to make it there. So count remains at 0-2. Tyler's taking his hacks up there, swung at 3 consecutive pitches. Pitch misses outside. Good spot for a curveball there. Tyler's a catcher batting, so, he kind of knows what's coming.
Well, Mike, I'd say early returns here say Descoulias isn't going to necessarily blow anybody away.
Yep.
You're just going to have to work the mix.
Oh, nice pitch.
Fastball.
Frozen with a fastball in the outside corner. So, great pitch there, and Goffstown lets an opportunity by the boards. So, Tyler wasn't looking for the fastball there, and he painted the corner with it. So, score at the end of 1 full is 0-0. So both pitchers threw some pitches there in the first inning, Steve. Both only faced 4 batters.
Yeah, Taylor ended up throwing 22, and Descoulias ended up at 20 for the inning.
So,
And you know, we had a clean inning minus the walk, and then Friends had a clean inning with just a hit batter.
yep, Goffstown had to put a little bit more pressure on him. The walk to the leadoff batter. The hit batsman for French was on the third hitter of the inning, so there was a runner on first base with 2 outs. Isaac was the first batter of the game, made it to first base, actually stole second on the next pitch, and then went to third on Clay's ground out, and Goffstown could not score him. Runner on third base, less than 2 outs. They could not get him to score.
Well, I know the Kennett coaching staff was talking in the news about their the tremendous defense the team has been playing at the end of the regular season and into the postseason. And I will say that ball that Campbell hit to shortstop, I'd say probably for the balance of this season, that's a hit probably half the time at least. But the kid made a great play to get over there, and then made a really strong throw to throw Campbell out at first. And that turns into a possible first and third with nobody out, and ended up being an out, and ended up not being able to bring him across.
Yeah, you make a great point, Steve. He did a great job just to get to that ball. Like I said, Isaac was off with the hit, and he was running, and Willette was behind him. So he did a good job just getting there and making the backhand. So here's
Riley Fletcher,
the DH, and he's swinging at the first pitch and fouls it out of play on the right side. So Taylor's been ahead of every batter so far.
Well, Kennett didn't drive all the way down here to take pitches, apparently.
Oh, they're being aggressive. So Taylor ahead 0-1. A couple of raindrops coming down right now. There's a strike. So Taylor once again ahead 0-2. It's not anything significant, just a couple of drops.
Yeah, they were saying there might be a quick
Passing
pass and shower today.
So it's 0-2 again to one of the Kennett hitters. There's a curveball, ground ball hit slowly to short. Isaac's got a charge, fields it, makes the throw on the run, and he's got Justin held the bag and made the play. So nice play. Fletcher tried to get the umpire to call safe, but he did not. So
no, Justin held the bag. The ball was a little high towards the catcher, but and Justin, had kind of committed himself to that one direction, made it look a little bit more difficult than maybe it needed to be, but it was a clean play.
Yep. So Zach Smith now, wearing number 12, our left fielder, and takes a ball. So that's the first batter that Taylor's been behind here in the early goings. See how he works from behind. He's behind 1-0. Fastball down the middle for a strike, so there's your answer. Looks good out there tonight so far. Both pitchers do.
Yeah, both pitchers throwing strikes.
Misses outside. So it counts 2-1. Lots of signs being given by the third base coach. I like that. Whether there's a play out or not, give a sign. Come on. It's the way it should be.
Nobody's looking at him, but at least he's giving signs.
That's true.
Except maybe.
Oh, umpire almost came up with the arm there and didn't call it. He started up.
Yeah.
And then decided he didn't want to give that pitch outside that you were talking about, that little stretch there on the and that misses inside. So we have a leadoff, not a leadoff walk, a one-out walk to Zach Smith. And now Dominic Jones is the batter. Dominic's the catcher, wearing number 11, batting 7th in the lineup today for Kennett. So you got Zach Smith on first base. Again, we don't know much about Kennett. We haven't seen them play, so not sure who's got speed, who doesn't have speed. And
well, Smith had just batted as a sophomore. Jones also a sophomore.
Taylor throws over there. Check out Smith, see what he's got.
There's a number of interesting things when you get into postseason play, but Kennett, went 12-6, but they were only 5-5 against the tournament teams.
Strike. Yeah, good point. Goffstown against the tournament teams did well. The only 2 losses are to the only 2 remaining seeds, other than these 2 right here. They lost to Portsmouth and they lost to Hanover.
Yeah,
so
Goffstown was 11-2 against the tournament field this year.
And that their other loss came to the Division I finalists. They won last night. That was Bedford, a 2-0 loss at St. Anselm College a few weeks ago. Bedford won last night, and they'll be advancing to the finals next Monday against Exeter. A rematch from last year. Oh, there he goes. No chance
Big
for Tyler.
jump.
Yeah,
Huge
he
jump.
took off.
Huge.
I mean, Taylor paid no attention to him. I mean, he just took off, kind of like a la Connor Hyzak there. So now Kennett with the runner in scoring position. See how Goffstown responds here. Runner on second base and 1 out. 1-1 count to Dominic Jones. Someone's got to yell and help Taylor out there. There's a swing and a miss. So it's 1-2 to Jones. Dylan West, the right fielder, is on deck, wearing number 20. So Kennett with their first runner in scoring position of the game. And he swings and misses, and Taylor gets him. So big strikeout right there for Taylor French. 2 down now.
Great location, those
Yep.
last 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Even if he makes contact, there's probably not a lot of good things happening there.
Yep. The only thing that probably would have happened, he would have hit a slow roller to the right side. Might have gotten the runner to third base. So now with 2 down, a runner on second base, and we have Dylan West, the right fielder, up. Curveball. Ooh, not
must
sure
have
where that
stayed up,
missed.
yep.
Yep, must have been a little high.
Dylan's a junior. Looking at ball 1 there.
Yeah, that's a tough ball right there.
Yep. That's a strike on the cleanup hitter, probably.
Yep. Oh, yeah, he's a lot bigger. Fastball, that misses high. So that might have been a strike on the cleanup hitter as well. So he's falling behind West here, 2-0. And Taylor's looking in, asking where those pitches are missing. I assume he's being told they're missing a little bit high. That one looked a little higher than the first one. First one looked like a good strike. So it's now 2-0, and that misses high. So it's 3-0 to West. You know, you have the 9-hitter Ethan Willett on deck. Don't know much about him, but not sure how much you want to mess around with Dylan West right here with the runner on second base and first base open. And he comes in with the fastball and misses. So Tyler now calls timeout to go settle his pitcher down. Nope. I think he asked where that pitch missed. Yeah, so, and he is going out there now. He must have turned and asked where that missed, because Taylor's showing a little bit of frustration right now. Not really sure where he's missing with these pitches. A couple of those looked really good there, Steve.
Yeah, I don't know that every one of them was a strike, certainly, but certainly the mix there would have certainly led you to believe that at least one of them would have been, if not 2. But we'll see how this plays out. We got the 9-hitter at the plate. You got 2 outs, 2 on. This would be a big out to get, knowing the top of the order and their approach in the first inning.
Yep. So you have Ethan Willett, who is the cousin of Devin Willett, the shortstop, and he takes a strike.
Yeah, Ethan's the center fielder.
Yep. So 0-1 to Ethan Willett. Fastball in there for a strike, so he jumps ahead 0-2 right now. You know, not much different, those pitches than the couple in the previous at-bat. Maybe a little bit higher, but quickly ahead of Ethan 0-2 here. And he fouls that back out of play towards the softball field. We'll do it again at 0-2.
I can't follow.
Yeah, threw a fastball there and fouled that back.
So Goffstown had a good opportunity in the first. Runner on third base and 1 out. Kennett first and second, 2 outs here on the top of the second. There's a ground ball towards third. It's going to go foul. So the count will hang at 0-2. Ethan did a good job there. He lets the ball come to him. The runner at second base, Zach Smith's not going to beat him to the bag. So if it's fair ball, he's going to do a step on the base. So no sense in charging that and having to make a throw.
Right, and once that hit the lip of the grass there, with the way this is cut with the lip close to the foul lines, that just kicked off to the left side of the line and foul.
So here comes the 0-2 pitch once again. And there's a ground ball. It's gone towards the hole. Hyzak over to makes the throw to third base. What a play. Great play by Hyzak. He knows he didn't have a chance anywhere else. Had the force at third base. And makes an easy throw over to Ethan Smith. Good fielder's choice play. Good heads up there by Hyzak as he gets Zach Smith out 6-5. So actually now the second base umpire is going to ask the home plate umpire what he saw. Ethan was not on the bag, but he caught the ball and then stepped on the bag. You know, the third base coach thought maybe Ethan boxed around a little bit and maybe didn't have the base, but Looked to me like he did, but, they're a lot closer than I am.
Yeah, I didn't have it at first, but he caught the ball and looked like he clearly got the corner of the bag once he made the catch.
Yeah, he wasn't on the bag to start, and it's a good play because, you don't want to be standing there in case he did the right thing. He caught the ball, then stepped on the base. So a little bit of trouble there as Kennett brought 5 batters up that inning. We still don't have a hit. Our 4 base runners have been 3 walks and a hit batsman, so no hits right now. Kennett has left 3 runners on base, 1 in scoring position. Goffstown has left 1.
Yep, but Taylor, 21 pitches that inning, so he's at 43 through 2 innings. And, in postseason ball with different turnaround times for pitchers in between starts and so forth, you don't know what pitch count's going to have an effect on some of these arms. So see how that plays out.
Yep, so Taylor French is going to lead off for himself here. He's batting 5th today. So Goffstown could not score with that runner on third base and 1 out last inning. So let's see what they do. So let's see what Taylor does. Taylor, another one not wearing batting gloves. Taylor takes a ball up high. Taylor hasn't batted in a while. He's been, when he plays the field, he's been DH for Derek Stekowicz has been batting. Derek not batting today.
Well, he did get in the bat in that Wyndham
He
game.
did. He got 1. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he came in and pinch hit for Derek, who was DHing for him. So it was, and then he, not sure what he did. I don't have my book with me, but Dominic Jones going out to speak to the Schoolius after throwing 2 quick balls here and getting behind Taylor.
French actually popped up foul to the catcher.
That's right. I remember that now. He swings at the 2-0 pitch and just takes a strike. Swings and misses, rather.
He wasn't cheated on that.
No,
swing.
he was not. He usually doesn't get cheated on his swings. He swings hard. Curveball misses high, so Taylor ahead 3-1 here. Got to look for a good pitch here, something that he could drive and could use him on base to start the inning. And that pitch misses low, so consecutive leadoff walks, 2 innings in a row by Discoulius. So Goffstown now with runner on first base and nobody out. Bobby Doherty, who's been swinging a hot bat, had a huge hit in that Wyndham game, made the score 2-1.
Mike, I wasn't on the air with you on that day, but I'll tell you what, that was one of the better baseball games I've seen this entire season. Both teams pitched well. Wyndham defense was unbelievable in that game.
They made the one blunder, the shortstop, which gave Goffstown a third. The ball gets away, not far enough for Taylor to advance. It's funny you said that. That shortstop had a great game, and the one ball that he bobbled, as a matter of fact, it was a ground ball that Tyler hit, and it could have been a double play ball, and he rushed it, and then he threw the ball away, which forced a run in. And that was the third run, and ended up being the insurance run that Goffstown needed. Bobby fouls it straight back here. That's going to go over our head.
Right. They did. That was an obvious turning point with that mistake in that game. However, some of the catches they made on fly balls, line drives, and pop-ups were just really killed innings.
Yep. 1-1 to Doherty, and he goes over to first base. Yeah, the one that comes to mind is that diving catch the left fielder made on a foul ball. Ball hit down the line, an absolute diving grab, and he went all out and made a tremendous catch in left field.
The third baseman made a great catch running up the third base line in foul territory on Clay Campbell that ended up,
throw to first base. Oh, Taylor just gets back. You don't want to see your pitcher doing too much of that, I'll tell you. 2-1 to Doherty. Good idea there by Dominic Jones throwing to first base. Taylor had a big lead. Oh, that misses high and in, so he's 3-1 to Doherty. So the Schoolius is getting a little wild here in the second inning, Steve.
Yeah.
The pitch, Bobby pops it up. That's coming towards us, but it's going to go over our heads. Land a little bit to our right. Just misses, hooks its finest. Standing there doing a great job. So the count is now full to Bobby Doherty. Taylor French on first base. Nobody out here in the Goffstown second. Bobby hits a line drive to left center field. It's going back. The left fielder going back. Makes the grab right into the power alley. Bobby put a charge into that. Great job by the left fielder tracking that ball down. That gets down. That's too easy. 2 bases, that is. Taylor was all the way to second base. Bobby put a charge into that one.
He did. Bobby's been hitting the ball well and hitting some gaps, and that was another gap shot there, but the left fielder ran it down. Just a nice play.
Yep. Great play running right towards the Southern New Hampshire University sign out there in left center field. Probably about 345 feet away, I'd say. Curveball misses inside to Ethan, so Descoulias has been behind every batter so far this inning. Throwing a lot of pitches here. Ethan swings at the line drop at the middle for a base hit. So there's the initial hit of the ball game. Taylor can only go 90 feet. First and second for Goffstown and 1 out. And there's Will Susie, another guy who is he's fought hard to get into the lineup, and once he's got in there, he's stayed. He's become a staple there, playing a good outfield right now. And Goffstown is threatening again.
Well, this is what happens. Usually it'll add up and hurt you when you get behind in the counts and hitters start getting better swings.
Oh, he swung at a high pitch. I like the aggressiveness there, though, Steve, but that pitch was high. He's been missing high a lot this inning.
Yep, he's been up here a little bit here in the second inning.
So first and second, 1 out. Oh, a pitch went over his head. So 1-1. I had a ball for that first pitch, but I'll just put that one as a strike. So we got 1-1 now.
And I don't know, Mike, if this is true or not, but it looks like Descoulias is trying to throw a little harder in the second inning than he was in the first.
Yeah,
and maybe that's part of the reason he's up.
Yep, he misses outside with a sweeping curveball. I think you're right, Steve. It looks like he's trying to put a little bit more on it. Catcher went out to talk to him after that first batter, and it seems like he's been overthrowing a little bit. Whoa! He turned on that inside fastball and smoked it down the left field line. Tell you what, there's a good thing that fence is high there, because that bleacher section would have been in trouble. That fence is only one level. So those people would have been scattering. So it's 2-2 now, as Susie was all over that inside fastball. Let's see what happens here. Don't have the greatest speed at second base. Good speed at first in Ethan Smith. That pitch misses low, so a full count here. Only 1 out, so the runners won't be going. Tell you, Descoulias has thrown a lot of pitches this inning.
This will be number 19 of the inning.
And he misses outside, so he's walked the bases loaded here. And 1 out, and tell you what, one of the hottest hitters from Goffstown right now in Carter Schwinnard. Carter was 2 for 2 in the Wyndham game, and he hit a triple. He hit a ball to right field that was out of most ballparks. And as a matter of fact, we talk about Lions Field. The ball that Bobby Doherty just hit was out of Lions Field.
Yeah.
Lions Field is probably 325 into that alley. Then it gets deeper in right center field. And we talked about that a lot because Goffstown's 2 home games were at St. Anselm College. They weren't at Lions Field. And they hit a couple balls at St. A's the other day on Saturday that probably would have been out of Lions. So
Tyler's ball would have been long gone at Lions Field, too, the one he hit, that double he hit at St. A's the other day.
And the triple that Carter hit also would have been out. So big situation right here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Carter takes a ball high. There's nowhere to put him. And Descoulias continues to miss high. Not sure if he's not following through properly or not. But here comes the 1-0 to Carter, and he misses outside. So 2-0. Descoulias is unraveling here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see someone running down into the Kennett bullpen soon. He's got to be up over 40 pitches already. And there's only 1 out here in the second. Schwinnard probably taken all the way here, 2-0. Let's see. Curveball misses badly high and outside. 3-0, and, if I'm Lawrence here, I have him take 2 strikes, Steve. I don't know about you.
I'd be taking at least 1.
I think that's a safe bet there.
Well, but he's been hot, as you said. He's been swinging the bat well.
Oh,
boy.
Wow. I'll tell you what, for a pitcher who's missed as badly as he has, to get that call from the umpire, that's really odd. The pitches that Taylor was not getting, and then he gets that call, that pitch was 3 feet outside. And that misses high, and he walks in a run, and Goffstown takes a 1-0 lead. Descoulias walks Carter Schwinnard to force in Taylor French from third base. So that is already the 4th walk of the game for Descoulias. And, you talked about it at the top of the broadcast, Steve. This is their ace, and he's unraveling quickly here in the second inning.
Well, and again, you don't know what kind of an effect it has when you have to pitch and turn around on short rest to pitch, bail your team or help your team along in this postseason. And I don't know how many pitches he threw in his last outing, but postseason baseball is a high-stress pitch most of the time. And
Sure
that's
is.
hard to come back from, especially when you're not used to doing it.
Again, nothing against the pitcher, but your team's out there working hard, and when you walk 3 batters and forcing a run, you're not giving your defense a chance to help you. Get these guys to put the bat on ball and put them in play. And the only out of the inning, Steve, was a ball that was absolutely crushed in the left field that bailed him out. So bases loaded for Hyzak, who walked and stole second his first time up. And one of Goffstown's better hitters right here. And Hyzak takes a strike down the middle. Tell you, I don't know. I'm Hyzak. I'm looking for that pitch right there. I was unloading, but he knows what he's doing. That's why he's down there and I'm up here. Pitch misses outside. Nice stop back there by Jones. So it's 1-1 to Hyzak, and Descoulias really struggling right now. They're not sure if their next pitcher's in the field right now, Steve. Maybe that's why there's nobody in the bullpen. That misses outside.
Well, based on what I've read, I would say the third baseman, Grames, would be the next one to go to, but I'm not sure of that.
2-1 to Hyzak right here. Bases loaded for Goffstown. Oh, and he, off the end of the bat, fouls it back. Not the swing you want to see him put on a 2-1 pitch, but
2-1, he was a little anxious maybe and got out in front of that a bit.
So 2-2 now. Tell you, Goffstown's got to get a crooked number here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Got to get to Descoulias here. Curveball misses high, so he's full now to Hyzak. He's on the verge of potentially walking his 4th batter of the inning. He keeps stretching his arm out there. I wonder if he's uncomfortable.
Well, this will be his 30th pitch of the inning, 50th pitch of the game thus far.
Wow, and we're only in 1 1/3 innings of work so far.
Yeah.
So Ethan fakes from third, and that's fouled straight back here. So pitch number 50 is a foul back here. So we'll do it again, full count. Hyzak put a good swing on it. And it's like you said at the top of the show, Steve, Descoulias isn't going to throw the ball by anybody, so you can almost sit on that curveball and adjust to the fastball here. And he misses high and inside. He walks Connor Hyzak. So he has walked his 4th batter of the inning in the 3rd consecutive batter after a base hit by Ethan Smith, and Goffstown is ahead 2-0. That's already 5 walks, and Hyzak has walked twice. So here's Clay Campbell now, who grounded out to short his last time up on a great play by the shortstop, Devin Willett. And Clay takes a strike outside. That was right on the corner. That's a great pitch.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch.
And he keeps the ball down there, John. Steve, he's good, but he's been missing high a lot this inning. And then there is another one up high and outside. So Goffstown showing some great patience here, Steve. Not swinging at bad pitches to help bail this pitcher out.
Yeah, they're doing what they need to do, and they're poised to have a big inning here.
And he misses high again. So, I would have to assume that one of the fielders would be the next pitcher because there's nobody warming up. So here comes the 2-1 to Clay. He swings and misses at a fastball in the outside corner. Good pitch again. Clay was trying to pull that, Steve.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him try to go opposite way with that.
Right.
Let the ball come in on him a little bit more and take that to the opposite field. So when Clay's on, that's what he does. So you could tell he's struggling a little bit here. Here comes the 2-2. And Clay strikes out. Big strikeout right there for Descoulias. So
that's
big out.
Huge out right there.
Absolutely huge out. If he can get out of this with just the 2, Steve, it's a moral victory.
Yep.
So here's Justin Pernard, who popped out to Descoulias, his first at bat. And he's got pours in a strike. So
Well, Justin's another one. When he's going well, he's very capable of hitting the ball the other way. And with this approach, with this pitcher, you might need to do more of that.
misses high there. Yep, he looks like he's nibbling outside corners for a lot of these batters, Steve.
Especially the lefties.
Yep.
He's staying on that arm side.
So 1-1 to Justin. Whoa, and he hits him. Actually, it got by him. It didn't hit him. Here comes Susi to the plate, and he is out.
Yeah.
And he gets out of the inning. I thought that hit Justin, but it didn't.
It was so far inside, it went behind him.
Yep. And so Justin will be batting again. Susi is out 2-1 at the plate. And through all that, Goffstown can only manage 2 runs. So
Well, a couple things worth noting there. The backstop here has got a
Is
nice pad
brick,
on it,
yep.
and it has a lot of spring to it. And we saw earlier with the catcher behind the plate making a couple of stops, nice stops on balls that were well out of the strike zone. It seems like he moves his feet really well, and he certainly did on that wild pitch there, because he was on that thing and on that baseball in no time and threw a perfect throw to the pitcher covering, and Will got a good jump, good slide, but they just made a better play.
Well, you know what it was, Steve? I was watching Will, and he started moving right away, but he didn't start running. I think he thought it hit Justin as well, so he didn't break right away. He started trotting and then had to break into a run. So he started coming right away, but he wasn't full out running. He was just, I'm going to trot down there because Justin just got hit. I thought it hit him.
Well, I think Will might have been thinking the same thing I was, which is how did that ball go through Justin without hitting it?
Yeah, exactly.
Because the batter that got hit by the pitch for Kennett, that Nate Grames, who just had that thing,
just
barely grazed his uniform, how that baseball did not hit Justin Pinard is a small miracle.
That hits Justin, and other run scores. You got bases loaded, 1 out for Tyler coming up. Now he's out of the inning, just gets the 2 runs, and but you do have 3, 4, 5 leading off next inning for Goffstown.
Well, a couple things at play. You got Kennett coming up at the top of the order here. You've got we got to keep an eye on to see if anybody loosens up on the Kennett side here to get loose to throw, because Descoulis is already at 59 pitches through 2 innings. He threw 39 pitches in the bottom of the second inning.
Wow. And Taylor's first pitch is fouled back for a strike. Steve, I don't see anybody warming up. There's nobody behind the dugout. There's nobody moving around. And it's like you said.
Grames, he's the 3-hitter.
Right, Grames is the 3-hitter. So he's not going to go down and warm up now because he's the 3rd batter this inning. So if they make a change, the pitcher would have to come in. There's a foul ball down the right field line, and it's 0-2. Oh, looks like Will's going to track that down, and he's going to throw it into Justin. And Justin tosses it into Taylor. So Taylor ahead 0-2 again. Robitaille put a good battle out his first time up. He worked the count full and then ended up taking a third strike.
Yeah. Susie just getting back into position here as Taylor's ready to throw.
Doesn't look like he's in any hurry, does he, Steve?
No.
Fastball, little grounder up the line. It's going to stay fit. It rolls foul and a little collision there. Good job by Robitaille to kind of hold up and not run Taylor over there. The ball was fair for a while, but then, like you said, it hit that lip, and then it immediately took a right turn and foul ground. So the count stays at 0-2, and Robitaille gets to do it again.
Yeah, that ball changed directions a couple times rolling up the line there.
So 0-2. Here comes Taylor looking in. Taking his time, deep breath. There it comes. Fastball.
You got him.
Got him. So it's got him looking. I think Tyler pulled that one in and helped out a little bit, but second time he got Robitaille looking. That was a nice pitch.
It was, and if you start showing as a pitcher that you can hit that spot because you're trying to, a lot of times you'll see that start going your way.
Yeah, because it wasn't going his way in the second inning. But so here's Devin Willett, the shortstop.
He popped to the catcher in one of the weirdest places you're ever going to see a catcher catch a pop-up out by first base.
Yeah. Probably, 20 feet from the bag, Steve, maybe?
I don't even, if that.
Takes a curveball, misses. What I don't understand is we're in the same type of configuration, right? I mean, it was 1 out, the same situation we have now. The players are in the same spot. It's probably 30 feet in front of Justin and 70 feet away from where Tyler is, maybe 75 because he's behind the plate. And there's a line drive base hit to right field. And is that going to get down and get by? It's cut off by Susie. He's going for 2. The throw comes into Campbell. The relay is not in time.
I'd like
so
to see
1
a
out
better
double.
Throw on the initial throw there. Just come up and throw to the bag.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got to see that. And he took his time throwing it in, and that second throw killed him. If he throws that straight through, I think they got him. So here's Grames, the third baseman, who was hit by a pitch barely his first time up.
Well, the thing, too, is we saw Willett as shortstop. He moves well, and he obviously runs well. So he was thinking 2 right out of the box, which is probably why he got there. I don't know if a straight throw gets him or not, but I like the chances a little bit better if you take a strong throw instead of trying to make 2 shorter ones.
So that's the first hit of the game for Kennett. Runner on second base, 1 out now, and another runner in scoring position. And that pitch misses inside. That almost hit him again. Maybe he's got something against Grames here. That pitch misses low and outside, so 2-0, and you got Chase Spencer looming in the on-deck circle, who had a 10-pitch at bat and finally flew out more of a line drive out to Carter Smarrard in center field. So not the guy you want to have come up with men on base.
9-pitch at bat.
There's a foul ball down the right field line. It's going to get out of play. People scurrying away and falls.
But either way, Spencer was on everything on that first
Yeah,
at
he
bat.
was. Yep. Yeah, he wasn't fooled by anything Taylor was throwing, that's for sure. Seemed to be right on everything. So 2-1 now to Grames. Runner at second base and 1 out so far here in the Kennett third inning. That misses outside. Gets by Tyler. The runner's going to go. Here's the throw. He is safe. So the ball broke off of Tyler's mitt. Rolled away, not very far, but like you said, Willett runs well, and he gets to third base, and now there's a runner at third base with 1 out.
Well, I like that style of base running, though. He made an immediate read and went. Live or die, he was going, and that's why he got in there.
Yep.
So Tyler made a pretty good throw.
Fastball fouled off Tyler's mask. The umpire will walk out to Taylor to give Tyler a little time, and that count is now full. This is a big out right here. If they can get Grames out without Willett scoring, it's a huge out. Goffstown could have done a lot more damage last inning. They got out. They had just the 2 runs.
Well, that's the thing. These things
let them off the hook.
They put up 2 runs, but had a really good chance to break this thing wide open with the top of the order at the plate, and the pitcher certainly on the ropes.
So here comes the full count pitch, and he misses outside. So Grames walks, and we have first and third now and 1 out for the cleanup hitter, Chase Spencer. So Taylor now struggling. And, of course, with everybody available for Goffstown, I would imagine Hyzak would probably be the first move, although Mitchell is not in the game, so he may go down and warm up. You also got Derek down there you could throw. So everybody's available.
Spencer, a 9-pitch at bat, his first at bat, fouled off numerous pitches and then lined out hard to center fielder Schwannard.
Takes a strike on the inside corner. So Grames was not moving his first time up. Just got a sign, helmet to chest from the third base coach. So let's see what they got going on here. Nothing. Curveball, ground ball, back to Taylor. He looks the runner back, so he gets the out at first base. Good play. He takes the out. Runner advances to second base, so there's now 2 away. And he has Fletcher up. So it was a good play by Taylor. He looked the runner back, and he made the right play by going. But that's a big base runner there, Chase Spencer. Not sure of his speed. If they could have turned 2, if he went up the middle.
No,
but you don't want to take a chance. Yeah, you definitely have to take the out there.
His momentum all coming towards the plate, and then turn and make a longer throw. Just get the sure out.
So he takes a strike. Riley Fletcher takes a strike. He grounded out to Hyzak his last time up. Fletcher is the DH today.
And French made a good pitch on Spencer there because of all the swings that we've already seen him take. That was the one that was the only one I've seen where he really was off balance and got the result, the comebacker.
And there's a little pop up to short. Hyzak camps under it, and Goffstown gets out of the jam. So wasn't pretty. He got himself in a little trouble, but a pop out to Hyzak, and that ends the inning. So it ends the threat for Kennett. And we go to the bottom of the third with Goffstown leading 2-0.
Well, he made some good pitches there because he got a little off-balance comebacker and then got in on the hands and a little fist pop-up to shortstop. Neither one of them really threatening at all. And if you make the defensive play, you get out of the inning clean, and that's what they did. And Descoulias is back out there to start the third inning.
Yep. Again, I'm not sure how long he goes here, but it's like we've been talking about. We've said it a few times already. Not sure who their first relief pitcher is. So it has to be somebody who's in the field and somebody who was batting. So if it was Grames, let's say it was Grames, right? You mentioned him. He was the third batter then, and he was on base.
Right.
So he couldn't even go to start to loosen up. So, it's got to be him or the shortstop. You said the shortstop also pitches too, right?
Well, I don't know if he does or not, but he certainly has.
He has the arm. That's what it was. You said he had the arm to pitch, but so if you were a gambling man, you'd say it was probably Grames, and I'd say there goes Mitchell Skokie out right now into left field, just like I said. That he's probably the first one out of the bullpen for Goffstown.
Well, you can't guess wrong in these situations, Mike, because if you guess wrong and lose, you go home. So you've got to have all hands on deck and assume that everybody's
Justin
available.
Swings at the first pitch and hits a pop-up. So the Schoolius looks over this time, and Grames makes the grab. He didn't want to take it himself. So 1 pitch, 1 out. He gets Justin to pop out. So Justin has popped out to almost the same spot, 2 at-bats. That one was a little bit, probably 10 feet to his left, to the left of the first one. So here's Tyler looking to atone for that called third strike with Connor on third base in the first inning. Takes a curveball outside. So if you're DeScoulias, after throwing 39 pitches that last inning, to get 1 out on the first pitch, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd take that all day long.
That misses outside, so he's 2-0 to Tyler right now. He's working a little bit quicker here too, Steve. He started doing that last inning when he was in the gym. He's working a lot faster. 2-0 pitch, Tyler taking all the way. He takes a strike. It's now 2-1. The Portsmouth High School team is just showing up. They're getting ready for the second game. Hanover's been here for a while. Tyler hits a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So Tyler continues to stay hot. Leadoff single here. There's a runner on first base and 1 out for Taylor French.
Yeah, I like that there. The ball was down, didn't try to get too big with it, and just hit it right back where it came from. Single up the middle.
So here's Taylor. Taylor walked his first time up, and that kind of opened the floodgates. Bobby lined out hard to left, and then we had single walk, walk, walk after that. Looking over, gets Tyler diving back. Not sure you see Tyler on a straight steal. You might see a play with him, a hit and run, but we'll see. Fastball low, so Taylor's ahead again.
Yeah, French walked and came around to score the first run for the Grizzlies.
So 1-0 to Taylor. Taylor hits a high fly ball, but it's going to stay up. Left field, right center fielder drifting over to his right and makes the grab. So a lot of noise there, but not much to show for it. So 2 outs, 2 pretty quick outs here. He's probably only thrown, about 6 or 7 pitches so far. So
7.
It's just what DeScoulias needed was a quick inning, but not what Goffstown wanted to give him. So here's Bobby Doherty, who's probably had the best hit of the game so far, and it was an out. He lined out, and look where that left fielder's playing him too, Steve.
Yeah.
Probably 20 feet in from the warning track.
Mitchell's in the bullpen.
2 outs, Tyler on first base. Doherty takes a ball high.
But what I've seen so far backs up what the coaches were talking about with the Kennett's ability to play defense. And there's nothing I love more than an outfielder that trusts his speed, and that left fielder trusts his speed.
That pitch misses way outside. Steve, I didn't think he was going to get to it, and he kind of almost made it look easy.
Yeah.
He was drifting underneath it at the end. So 2-0 to Bobby. Tyler still at first base. Curveball misses high, so 3-0. You're going to see Bobby take here. Ethan Smith, who has Goffstown only hit. I'm sorry, Tyler just singled. He has 1 of 2 hits. He singled his first time up. So here's the 3-0 to Doherty. Misses low, so he walks Doherty on 4 pitches. So now there's first and second and 2 outs, and here's Ethan Smith.
It's a good at bat by Bobby. He hit the ball hard his first time up, and you think, well, maybe I can be aggressive up there, but he didn't offer it things that weren't there to hit, and that's what you want to do, especially against a guy that's not overpowering with the velocity.
Yep. And don't think that DeScoulias doesn't know who was up right there. You know, he didn't throw Bobby anything really good to hit. After he knows what Bobby did to him last time up, so he's not going to go grooving him a fastball. So first and second, 2 outs here. Ethan squares. You know he's not going to be bunting with 2 outs, but he had the corners moving. So Ethan, he singled his first time up.
Yep, singled up the middle.
Squares to bunt again, just for the sake. You know he's taking, just squaring for the effect of it there. 1-1 to Ethan. Bottom of the third, Goffstown up 2-0. Ethan hits a ground ball to third. Grames backs up, steps on the bag, and they're out of the inning. So Goffstown again leaves 2 runners on base. They've left runners in every inning, 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 here in the third. And the score at the end of 3 full is Goffstown 2 and Kennett 0.
Both teams have left 5 runners through 3 at bats.
So the teams have had their chances. Well, Goffstown's left 6, haven't they? Oh no, he got 1 out at home. That's right. So it's 5. So Taylor back out there. Mitchell is still out in the dugout, even though I'll tell you what, Ben Dodge, He's out in the outfield warming up Mitchell. Tyler's on base. Ben comes running in from left field to come down and I'll warm up Tyler. And then he's probably going to go back out there to warm up Mitchell. Here's a kid who works as hard as you can possibly work, and he's going to be a staple behind the dish next year for Goffstown.
Yeah, Ben's a good kid. Good hard worker.
You know, it probably would have been easy for one of the guys on the bench to grab a mitt and a helmet, you know. Instead, you know, no, Ben has a job to do, and he comes running in from the outfield and does what he has to do and takes 2 pitches, and here comes Tyler, and Ben is probably going to trot back out to left field now. Maybe get a drink of water before he goes. He's getting fist bumps. Look at this. He's getting fist bumps from his bench. There's a great job right there by Ben Dodge. And he's trotting back out.
Where's the old bullpen carts when you need
Yeah,
them?
no kidding. Well, there's a few golf carts running around here, so not sure if they could spare one, but. So Kennett with 6, 7, 8 coming up. Zach Smith, Dominic Jones, and Dylan West. That was a walk, a strikeout, and a walk in their first appearances in the second inning.
Yeah, Zach walked, ended up being forced to third on that nice play by High Zach to Smith to end the inning.
Yeah, that was a great heads-up play by Hyzak, too, because there was first and second, and the ball was hitting the hole, and his only play was to third base. He wasn't going to make a play to first or to second, so good heads-up. So he also stole second base, a walking steal. Taylor didn't see him take off before he threw the ball. He squares the bunt. Actually didn't square, but he offered. Looked like he was trying to bunt for a single there, obviously, with nobody on base.
Definitely bunting for a hit there. Late offer.
Brings Ethan and Justin onto the grass. And he's laid on a fastball there, so quickly in a hole 0-2. Seemed a little overpowered by that fastball. Not sure if you want to change up. Thrown 2 fastballs so far. Another fastball on the outside corner and paints it.
There's that pitch, Mike, that
Yep.
Taylor has shown he can hit that spot, and he's being rewarded with that's the
fourth strikeout of the game so far for Taylor French, the third looking.
third called third.
Yep. And here's the catcher, Dominic Jones. He struck out his first time up. Fastball swings and misses. So Taylor, 4 consecutive strikes so far to start this inning.
Yeah. Jones is he struck out his first at bat, as you said, Mike, but he has made an impact on this game already with his defensive play.
Yep, that pitch misses outside, a little further outside than the one he just threw to Smith. Yeah, I mean, he made a great play behind the plate to cut Will Susi down at the plate, or Goffstown might still be batting. You never know. And he swings and misses at a fastball in the outside corner. So 1-2.
Bottom of this order looks a little bit more overmatched by the fastball. They're offering early, so they're swinging at motion more so than the top of the order.
I tell you, when you follow a pitch straight back like that, it means you were right on it, and he missed it. Just got underneath that one a little bit. Count stays at 1-2. You know, but if they're having, it's like you just said, Steve, if they're having trouble catching up with these fastballs, maybe, you know, why change? He overthrew that one. He tried to throw that one 90 miles an hour. And the count is now 2-2. Here it comes. Fastball struck him out, overmatched on that one. So that's consecutive strikeouts to start the second inning here for Taylor French, and he's tucking his shirt in as they throw the ball around.
It's just a good fastball down in the zone. If he hit it, it's probably going to go right into the ground. Just a good pitch.
So here's Dylan West, who walked his first time up.
On 4 pitches.
Yep. So at the end of this inning, Steve, we'll see if we can get a pitch count on both of our pitches out here. That pitch misses low and outside. Nice stop by Tyler. So he hasn't thrown West a strike yet. Maybe he knows something we don't know, Steve.
I'm sure he knows a lot of things I don't know, but I don't know if it has anything to do with this.
Well, West he's very close in that inside corner. He swings and misses at a fastball.
Took a pretty good cut at that.
Yeah, great cut from the 8-hitter. Hey, what do you got to lose, right? But look at his toes are on the inside corner line. Well, the line that used to be there in the batter's box. Curveball, fouls it back, hits the top of the netting. And it's now 1-2. Nice job retrieving the ball there by Ethan Willett. Taylor looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. Actually, first by either pitcher. And that's a foul ball to right field. It's going to get out of play. Lucky Fan takes it off the fence.
Yeah, he's well behind that fastball
Yep.
there on a 2-strike swing.
So what does that tell you?
Don't speed him up.
There comes the 1-2 from Taylor. Fastball's got him. So he strikes out the side. Great inning by Taylor French. So strikeout looking, strikeout swinging. So they go in order for the first time. So we're halfway through the ball game now. We enter the bottom of the fourth inning, and it's 2-0 Goffstown.
Yeah, first 1-2-3 inning by either side. Taylor, 4 innings, has thrown 72 pitches. And Derek Descoulias has thrown 3 innings so far. He's back out there on the mound to start the 4th inning. He's already at 73 pitches.
So he had 50, would you say 59 through 2? So he had a pretty easy inning last time out. And Goffstown still had a couple runners on base.
Yeah.
So, he hasn't had an easy inning yet. I mean, even in the first, they only had 1 base runner, but he was at third base with less than 2 outs. And let's see if Goffstown gets something going here. You got Will Susi up. You got Will, who he hit a hard foul ball his first time up. He hit a line drive down the left field line. And then Carter Schwinard, who didn't get a chance to swing. And Connor Hyzak, all 3 walked in their last plate appearances. Actually, Hyzak has walked twice already.
Yeah.
Gets credit with an RBI on his bases loaded walk, as did Carter Schwinard.
Right.
I'd feel a lot more comfortable with a 4-5 run lead right now, Steve.
Yeah.
Taylor is pitching well, but he's got 9-1-2 coming up.
Well, it's funny. Sometimes you say in an inning where you allowed 2 runs to fall behind 2-0, how that could possibly be a kind of a split victory. But in that inning, in the second inning for Goffstown, that was they did get the 2 runs, but that was a split victory for Kennett because they had the bases loaded, 1 man out, and 2 runs in, and did not score again.
Yep. And Susi hits a line drive to left center field. Is he going to get over there for this one? And he does. What a grab by the left fielder. I tell you what, that ball was scorched, and that's the second time he's taken extra bases away from a Goffstown hitter today.
Zach Smith is just a sophomore, and that kid can play left field.
Tell you what, he's already saved a run, and that's easily 2, if not 3. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Thanks to Zach Smith in left field. And here's Carter Schwinard. And Carter takes a pitch inside for a ball.
Will Susi hit that ball right on the screws, and Smith made a fine running catch right to the gap.
Yeah, they don't get much better than that. So Carter takes a strike. It's now 1-1. Man, and you know what, Steve? He's not playing. He's not playing. Towards left. Oh, that ball is muffed by Grames there at third base. And, we talked about their defense the whole game, and is the first blemish in the Kennett defense. And you're putting one of the fastest kids on the Goffstown roster on first base.
Yeah, that's a tough play.
Yeah, it is.
He may have a chance to throw him out there if he fields that clean, but that took that kind of in-between hop. There's really nothing you can do about it. Either get it clean, it's kind of a high-risk reward kind of a thing.
Yep, and Descoulias goes right over there. Even though Carter's the 9 hitter, Carter's got fantastic speed.
He does. That triple he hit against Wyndham was I was with some people who hadn't seen Carter play before. And
there he goes. Here comes the throw. The throw's offline. It goes into center field. And Carter's up. The shortstop's there. And here comes the throw from Willett. It's not going to be in time. So Schwinard ends up at third base. An errant throw by the catcher. So he didn't really have much of a chance. The throw was offline. So a stolen base and an E2 puts Carter at third base with 1 out and Connor Hyzak up.
Isaac's walked twice today and took ball 1 on that first pitch.
That pitch misses
And
outside.
they may want nothing to do with him and see what Campbell can do if makes somebody else beat him.
You know, I was just thinking that same thing, Steve. With first base open, you've already walked him twice. Why not put him on? And Clay's been struggling. And nice curveball, 2-0 right there. Clay's been struggling, and he struck him out last time up. Why not take the chance? Although Connor gets on, he's probably going to steal second base, so he'd have second and third.
Kennett's got the infield on the grass.
Nice pitch. That misses high,
stays
though.
Up.
3-1. Yeah, they got to cut this run down because, you know, they want to try to keep it at 2 if they can. This is a big run at third base. Here comes the 3-1. Oh, check swings and fouls it back. Looked like it ball 4 right there. So now full to Hyzak. He's already walked twice. His walk last time forced in Ethan Smith from third base. 1 out, and Carter Schwannard at third base. Goffstown already leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. And he hits a little pop-up.
Off the end of the
First
bat.
baseman going over for it. That's Spencer, and Spencer makes the catch. So that's a huge, huge out right there for Descoulias. Gets Hyzak to pop to first, and you know, this puts a little bit more pressure on a kid who's already putting pressure on himself. Clay Campbell, you know, 0 for 2 in the game so far.
I'd really like to see him stay inside the baseball this at bat.
He takes a strike. Clay just does not look comfortable right now. I'll tell you, though, great time to break out right here.
Yeah.
Goffstown once again with a runner in scoring. Oh, and it hits him. So that ball looked like it got away from him right away. So that hits Clay Campbell. And that'll bring up Justin Pernard, who's popped to the pitcher and popped to the third baseman in a ball that's probably 10 feet different from each other. They were both a mile high. So Justin looking to come through here. Can't let him off the hook here. So let's see if Goffstown puts a play on here with first and third and 2 outs. Good speed on the bases. Just saw Jones looking for a sign from his bench. Campbell is not going, and Justin swings and misses, take for a strike.
Goffstown's made some, unfortunately for them, have made some really unproductive outs with runners on base.
They absolutely have. There goes Clay. And Justin has a line drive base hit to right field. The right fielder comes up with it cleanly, but Clay will make it to third base, and it's 3-0 Goffstown. Clutch hit right there by Justin Pernard.
That's a beautiful line drive into right field, not trying to do too much with it. And I'll tell you what, the way the ball moves on this grass, that outfielder was 1 step away from having that thing get by him to the fence.
You said it, Steve. I almost said that. He come over there, and that ball got on him in a hurry, and that gets by him, and that's going to score Clay. And they just gave the ball to Graham. So you were right, Steve. The third baseman, Grahams, is going to come in. Nice hand, nice round of applause for Descoulias, who did a great job. I mean, he overcame some adversity here. You know, his defense helped him out a little bit. His defense kind of, you know, I don't want to say failed him, but the error at third base kind of opened up the gates here, and then the throwing error by the catcher may have been out of the inning by now, but, you know, Goffstown has to pounce here. It's 3-0. They got first and third with 2 outs, and Tyler's he has to make this hurt right here.
Yeah, well, you know, to Descoulias' credit, he made some good pitches even in this inning to get non-productive outs where runners were in scoring position and weren't able to score. Quite frankly, the errant throw by the catcher on the stolen base, that's a stolen base anyways, but he gets the runner to third. He scores on the single anyway. You know, so the 50-50 ball that Carter hit, where the error was made by Grahams at third, you know, that might have been a base hit even if it fields it clean. So, you know, you'd like, as a third baseman, you'd like to have the shot to throw the kid out. But I'm not sure that was a given with Carter running either. So,
Agreed.
May not have changed the tone of this inning a whole lot either way. But Goffstown is able to get a clutch base hit and at least get a run home to make this a 3-run game.
Yeah,
at this point.
I said to you earlier I'd like to be ahead 4-5 to nothing instead of 2. So they're at 3 right now. Hopefully Tyler can come through here. Steve, it looks like number 14 came into the ball game. Nope. I think 14. Was he already in the game?
He was the DH.
DH was Fletcher. So Fletcher came in to the game. So he's just taking Grames' spot at third, so they lose the DH now. So it's there's no sub that came in. So DeScoulias is out.
Right, so Grames will just, Fletcher will be hitting for himself as
Right.
he was and playing defense
Playing
now.
third base now, right. So Grames is now the pitcher, and Fletcher is third base. So here comes Tyler. First and third, Justin at first base after a big 2-out base hit after Connor Hyzak popped out. And we have Clay Campbell at third, who was hit by a pitch. I was watching Grames warm up, and he wasn't throwing hard, I think, because probably he wasn't loose, but he looked like he has a nasty curveball. He threw a couple of curveballs that just dropped it off the table.
Yeah, it looks like he throws that 12-6 curveball, where DeScoulias was more of the sweeping right to left.
Tyler takes a ball outside. Yeah, I don't think Grames is going to overpower you with the fastball. I think he's more of a off-speed pitcher, and if he gets that curveball working, kind of looks like that's his bread and butter pitch.
Yeah, Grames just a sophomore.
It goes around. Justin steals. The ball was boxed a little bit by Jones. Tyler swung and missed. Now Justin is at second base with 2 outs. Goffstown could really put an exclamation mark on this one with the base hit here. So it's 1-1 now. Big at bat here for Tyler. Now he's going from the windup. Curveball misses low. So there's that curveball I was just talking about. 2-1. Tyler's in the driver's seat here. I'd like to see him be aggressive. Tyler swings and misses. So it's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Watch that curveball right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, right?
Yeah.
Curveball struck him out, but the ball gets by Jones. And here comes Clay to the plate. And Clay's going to score, and Tyler reaches first base. So the ball was in the dirt. Tyler swung and missed. The ball got away from the catcher. And it's going to score another run. And it's now 4-0 Goffstown.
Looks like that ball had so much downward break on it, actually hit Jones on the foot and bounced back to his left towards the third base dugout, and no chance to make a play on Campbell coming home.
Nope. So Tyler strikes out and reaches first base. And here comes Taylor French looking to help himself out here with first and third. Tyler not going. Taylor hits a line drive, and it's dropped by the third baseman, Fletcher. He comes up, he throws across the diamond. It's in the dirt, but he's out. Nice play. Oh, I hope Taylor didn't hurt himself, and he did. He hurt his ankle sliding into first base. I hope he's okay. So he was limping when he first came up. He took a couple hops, but now he's walking almost okay, still a little bit gingerly.
That's twice that we've had our starting pitcher for Goffstown slide, once going head first back to the bag on a pickoff move, and another time going down the line full speed there. And just, I don't see anything good happening out of either one of those scenarios.
No, you hate to see him sliding right there in the first base. I mean, the ball was hit very hard, and Fletcher
just came in off the bench.
Yeah, he just came in off the bench, and he gets the ball drilled at him. It hit off the end of his glove. It rolled away a little bit, not too far away. He made a strong throw across the diamond that skipped in the dirt, but a great job over there by Spencer. He didn't try to scoop it. He stepped off the bag, he caught it, and then stepped on the bag.
Yeah, this is a young team for Kennett, but they're showing a lot of poise both at the plate and especially defensively. Not panicking at all and just make a play. Even Fletcher at third, he misses the line drive first time. The ball rolls behind him a bit, goes back, picks it up, makes a one-hop throw over to Spencer, makes a nice play. Just to turn a line drive possible error, maybe big inning, and just turn it into an out.
Yeah, he did a good job of staying with that ball and then making a strong, accurate throw over to first base. So couple of timely hits so far for Goffstown. I mean, Justin's was huge. Tyler with the good awareness of running the first base when that ball was in the dirt.
And if Zach Smith wasn't playing left field, this might be a 7 or 8-0 game.
Got that right. So we'll see if this ankle affects Taylor this inning.
So before we get started here with the number 9 hitter, Ethan Willett, leading off here in the 5th, DeScoulias ended up going 3 2/3, 87 pitches, allowed 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. He walked 6, hit a batter, and only had 1 strikeout.
So here's Willett, reached on a fielder, and he hits a line drive to left field that's going to go foul. That ball was hit a mile. It was over the fence, foul ground. Not sure if it would have been over the fence if it was fair, but he certainly put a charge into that. He jumped on that first pitch fastball.
I'm sorry.
Long, loud strike.
Descoulias had two strikeouts in the game.
There's the 0-1, and it's a top ground ball right to the Goffstown bench. So the count is now 0-2. Tell you, I like Willette. He's got an aggressive approach up there, and he's not getting cheated on either one of those swings.
Well, he's seen 7 pitches so far, and he's all 7 have been strikes, either by swinging or fouling them off.
Yeah.
And grounding. He's the one who grounded a Hyzak
right
to force the runner at third to end the second inning.
Here comes the 0-2, and he's got him. He struck him out. Nice pitch.
That looked way too good to be looking at, but
Yep.
that ball, Taylor's keeping the ball down and making good pitches.
4th consecutive strikeout for Taylor French.
Yeah, here's Ethan Robitaille, the leadoff man. He struck out twice, both times looking.
So Taylor's starting to rack up the strikeouts now. And he takes and there's a strike to Robitaille in the outside corner. 4 in a row and 7 overall for the game. Here comes the 0-1, and it's fouled back. And again, this is the 3rd straight at bat that Robitaille's been in the hole 0-2. That was back towards the Portsmouth team back there, sitting back here on the hill watching the game. Taylor looking in, taking his time, deep breath. Here comes the 0-2. And there's a fly ball to right. Sushi coming in, now steps back once and makes the grab. So three strikes to Robitaille, and he flies out to right field. 2 quick outs here. And here's the only blemish hit-wise on Taylor French was Devin Willette, who hit a double to right center field his last time up. I believe it was the first pitch, too, wasn't it, Steve?
Second pitch,
Second
1-0
pitch.
count. Lined a nice double over second base, and that ball scoots on this surface.
That's a strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch. If he starts getting that, tell you what. Willette kind of shook his head a little bit. Couldn't believe that pitch was called a strike. Looked like it caught the corner. Here's the 0-1. Curveball in there. That missed low. So I guess Willette kind of bought that one. So 1-1 to the 2-hole hitter Willette. And time called at the plate. I'd like to see Taylor get through 6. I'd feel comfortable. Looks like he's okay. His ankle doesn't seem to be bothering him. Here comes the pitch. Little ground ball to second. Campbell over there. Nice play by Campbell in it. Second 1-2-3 inning in a row for Taylor French. So it looks like he settled down a little bit after getting into some trouble there in the 3rd.
Yeah, he's retired 8 in a row now.
So after he had after the double and the walk, he's retired 8 straight Kennett batters. So score at the end of 4.5 innings is Goffstown 4 and the Kennett Eagles 0. So Goffstown has Bobby Doherty, Ethan Smith, and Will Susi coming up. There's a base hit and 2 walks in there. And tell you, 2 of the hardest hit balls. Bobby Doherty hit one to left center field gap that the left fielder, Zach Smith, made a great play on. And Will Susi, his last at bat, leading off last inning, hit a line drive in almost the same exact spot that had the same result. Zach Smith robbing an extra base hit. Maybe they can get one of those to drop this inning, Steve.
Yeah, well, we got they've got the whole lineup hasn't had a chance to look at Grames yet, who certainly looks to have a good breaking ball. Totally different style than the starter as far as the change in the plane with that up and down on the breaking ball. But we'll see what Goffstown can do here, holding a 4-0 lead going to the bottom of the 5th inning. There's only been 4 hits in this entire game. Good pitching, good defense, a lot of walks on the side of Kennett as far as putting runners on, but somehow they managed to avoid a couple of really big innings and still are in this in striking distance with a 4-run game.
Yeah, this could, like you said earlier, this could easily be 6, 7, 8-0 in favor of Goffstown with a couple of timely hits, and they've only got 3 hits, Steve.
Right.
The walks have certainly helped them out, and a couple of miscues by the Kennett defense, but. There's a ground ball to third, and that's booted by Fletcher. Fletcher did not look comfortable on that one. Not sure if he's a natural third baseman or not, but he came up, and that ball actually hit him on his bare hand. So Fletcher, since he's been in there for what, 1, 2, 3, 4 batters and had 2 balls hit at him. So here's Ethan Smith. Let's see if Goffstown can take advantage of this. Ethan has singled, and he grounded out to the third baseman, who was Grames at the time, who just stepped on the bag for a force play. So Doherty looked like he was going. His first step was towards second base there. So learn from that and call a pitch out right here. 1-0. I'm sorry, 0-0 count, Ethan. There goes Bobby. Swing and a miss. Here comes the throw. It's off the mark again, and it's in center field, but the second baseman fell on top of Bobby, and he looks like he's holding his arm as he comes up. So Bobby steals second. Swing and a miss by Ethan Smith, so the pitch is a strike. And another stolen base. The throw was a little bit up the line. Jones looks like he's a little upset with himself, takes his helmet off back there. So one of Ethan's going to bunt here and try and get Bobby to third base, Steve. Infielders aren't playing in on the grass, and he squares, and there's the bunt, and he fouls it right at the plate. So now he's in the hole 0-2. Probably take the bunt play off. Coach Lawrence puts his head down. You know, if I'm Ethan Smith, I have one job to do there, and it's just to get the ball down. You know, you're not trying to get a base hit. You're trying to get it out on the green there. It's just so the catcher doesn't have an easy play with it. Third baseman is still even with the grass. Spencer is in a few steps. I'm sorry, he's even with the bag, the third baseman, Fletcher. I doubt you'll see him bunt with 2 strikes here, but let's see. And he hits a line drive to center field, but it's going to hang up. It's caught. No advancement from Bobby. The throw comes in. He misses. Oh, gets the cutoff. Well, that had a stretch for that, but Ethan fails to advance the runner as he flies out to center field. And here comes Will Susie, who walked and hit an absolute bullet to the left center field gap that was run down by Smith.
Yeah, you'd like to see him get that bunt down there to move that runner because, you know, it changes the inning completely. But Bobby went back to tag on that play and never looked at the ball, was watching his coach.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind watching the coach, but he wandered off the bag, and if that center fielder throws the ball to second base instead of third, he's out.
He's out because he had his back turned. Good point. So Will swinging at the first pitch and fouls it out of play.
There's almost no chance of tagging up from that distance.
That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. And Grames has done a good job here after the leadoff misplay by Fletcher at third base.
Yeah, Fletcher, I mean, that ball took a bad hop on that last lip of grass, but that's still a play.
Oh, it swings. It's in the dirt. Jones has to throw. Bobby's going to try for third. He's going to make it as Spencer didn't see it right away. So Bobby's now at third base with a good heads-up base running by Bobby Doherty as he goes to third.
Well, once the catcher left the catcher's block going up the line, that you've got to take third base there, and he did. Good
Great heads-up. So here's Carter. Carter has walked and reached on an error by Grames at third base, and a ball that was hit hard. Well, I'm sorry, it was not hit hard, and he had to kind of come in and rush it. Yeah. Not sure if he would have thrown him out anyway. Connor Hyzak is behind the dugout. Not sure if he's going to maybe he was just throwing, because I see Ben Dodge with him.
Yeah,
so maybe he was throwing.
Loosening up a little bit.
Another pitch in the dirt, so Carter's ahead 2-0 here, and Connor had to come in because he's on deck. He just shut the gate on Ben. So it's 2-0 to Carter with Connor Hyzak on deck. Here comes the 2-0, and that misses. So I think you're going to see Carter take a pitch or two here. Could always use his speed on first base.
I know this is your 9-hitter in the lineup, but these are some pretty disciplined takes by Carter in this at-bat.
There's a strike right down the middle, but he's taken all the way. You know, Carter's been swinging a good bat, so I give him the green light to swing here. If he gets that same pitch, I unleash him here. Here it comes. And that misses, so Carter walks. So we have first and third. I can't imagine that he's not going to steal here.
Yeah, I don't imagine he'll be at first for very long.
Nope. But if I'm Grames, I got to throw over there once just to keep him honest.
Yep.
Connor Hyzak is probably going to take all the way. Jones is giving a sign here. You know, nothing against Jones. He's done a great job behind the dish. Doesn't have the strongest arm. There goes Carter. There's a throw right back to Grames, and he almost walked out of the way. Didn't see a call down there. I think that was a ball, Steve. Carter steals second base.
Yeah, they put a ball on the board. I didn't see much of a
I didn't
call
see him
there
raise
either.
his arm, so a base hit could score 2 here. Curveball's in there
That's
for a
nice
strike.
breaking ball. He threw that ball right at high Zach and let the ball do the work over the inside corner.
So we talked about that with Grames. You know what his favorite pitch is. He's throwing a 1-0 curveball to the leadoff hitter. He misses high with the fastball there. So if he threw a 1-0 curve, I'm sure he'll throw a 2-1 curve. So Goffstown could break it open here. Fastball, and he hits a fly ball down the left field line. It might get out of play. Fletcher's there, and it just runs out of room. Fletcher put a great run into it. Smith, who was great at tracking the ball down the left center field, couldn't come close to that one. Fletcher had the only chance to catch that. But he came close. He ran just down to the end of the tarp over there.
I figure, even though it's the first time I'm seeing Kennett play this year, if Zach Smith can't catch it, it's not going to be
It's not going to get caught. Well, look how far away he is.
There's a lot of room.
Fletcher ran a long way, and he came close. He was the closest one, and he was probably about 8 feet away from the ball. So here's the 2-2 to Hyzak. Curveball, there's a line drive, and Fletcher makes the grab. So Grames gets out of the inning. Would have liked to have seen Goffstown come up with a couple there. So the score at the end of 5 full is still Goffstown 4 and Kennett 0. Taylor French going back out to the mound. Doesn't look like he's having any walking issues.
No, he's back out there. He's at 81 pitches through 5, and he has been locked in here for these last
couple innings.
He's retired 8 in a row.
Ever since he let up the double and walked the next batter, he walked Grames. He looked a little out of sorts, and then he's retired 8 straight with 4 of those via the strikeout.
Well, if you remember, too, he didn't look particularly pleased with some of the calls on that walk to Grames, and then it almost looked like he got a little mad. He got Spencer on that real off-balance swing with the comebacker, then got a fist job for a pop-up, and then he's just been lights out the last 2 innings.
Yep, so he's retired 8 straight. He's going to face Grames, the pitcher now. Grames, Spencer, and Fletcher, 3, 4, 5 coming up. Spencer, I tell you, since he came in the game, he's had 3 balls hit at him.
Fletcher, yeah.
Sun's coming out, Steve. And look at it, John Skokie, sun's out, guns out. He's got his tight black shirt. He never learns. He always wears these black shirts on his sunny days. After we're roasting at St. A's in a couple. Speaking of sunny days, can you imagine this Kennett team wearing this black uniform on a sunny day?
Might get a little warm.
That's black from head to toe. The hats are black, all the way down to the black cleats. So there's Nate Grames, who started at third base, is now pitching. Done a good job since he's been in there. Kennett has not had an easy inning so far, Steve. Their pitchers, that is.
No.
Grames takes a ball outside, so Taylor working from behind here. He hasn't done that much today. He's been ahead of most of the batters this game.
Grames is 0 for 0 today with hit by a pitch and a walk.
And there's a line drive to center field. Schwannard going back, but he's got it. He makes the grab. Schwannard started back. I'm talking about someone who's going to chase a ball down. It's going to be Carter Schwannard.
Well, that's the play where it's hit right at you, first step back.
Yep.
That's the difference between a lot of balls being caught and a lot of extra base hits landing behind you.
And when you got speed like Carter, you can make it up. It's funny you said that because one of the Wyndham players did that. The left fielder, after he made that great play, came in on a ball, and the ball went over his head. First step in, and the ball went over his head. So here's Spencer. And he swings and misses. So his last 2 swings, he hasn't looked comfortable after that first at bat.
He lined out to center field and then grounded back to the mound with runners at second and third.
So here's the 0-1 to Spencer. Boy, he just got quiet. And he hits a fly ball. Susi going over. Schwannard and Susi underneath it. He makes the grab. So 4 pitches and 2 outs. You know, it looked like Carter was going to try to track that down, but Susi just drifted over and made the grab. So 2 quick outs for Taylor French.
Yeah, that swing from the right-handed batter had a little fade on that. That ball pushing back towards Susi, an easier play for him. But looked a little bit more dangerous when it left the bat than it ended up being.
Sure did. I thought that was going to hit a gap, and I thought it was going to get over Will's head, but the ball hung up there. So here is Riley Fletcher, the third baseman now. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and popped to short. And Taylor French has now retired 10 in a row. Oh, nice. Oh, off Ethan's glove. That would have been a tough play anyway. So there goes the 10 in a row. I just said it. But I think Ethan's going to come up with that, Steve.
Yep.
See how they score it. They score it a base hit. The official scorer gives it a base hit, so I'm going to give it a base hit. So 2 down now for Zach Smith. He's walked and struck out looking. Zach Smith's the left fielder.
Down between the line and Smith, with Smith
That's
going
foul
towards
back.
the foul line, and that's. I agree with you. I think that's got to be fielded cleanly, but now you're making a 125, 130-foot throw across the diamond going away from first base.
Right. Trying to throw out a quick base runner, too.
Might beat that out anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably unlikely he throws him out. I mean, everything would have had to be perfect. I mean, he had set his feet. He's going away from where he has to throw the ball, make a perfect strike across the diamond. So, tough play. Misses high with the fastball there, so it's 1-1 to Zach Smith. Zach Smith might be 0 for 1, but he saved a few runs in the outfield.
Yeah, he's walked and struck out today.
So Fletcher with a decent-sized lead there.
And we saw Fletcher chasing down that Hyzak foul ball, and he runs pretty
There's
well,
a strike.
too.
So it's 1-2. Yeah, Fletcher runs well. So, but, 4-0 lead, 2 outs. Get the number 6 hitter up. Not sure you want to take the chance of getting thrown out here. And as you mentioned earlier, the bottom part of the order, hasn't really put the best swings on Taylor French. Ooh, that one just missed inside. That's the inside corner, Steve, the corner that you weren't getting the calls on. You're getting that. If that's the outside corner, you might ring them up there. So 2-2 now to Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he fouls it off. Is it gonna make the softball field? No, not quite.
Mike, interesting note here. The 6, 7, 8, 9 batters in this Kennett lineup have only put 1 ball in play.
Yeah, 2 walks,
either
5
been a walk
strikeouts, and a fielder's choice.
Yeah. a
Great
walk
point.
Or a strikeout, and then 1 fielder's choice, which was not hit hard either. But
Right, that was the slow grounder to Hyzak.
Yeah.
And that pitch misses outside. So now the runner will be off, a full count, 2 outs. But imagine Taylor's got to be over 90, right? And so
he started the inning at 81,
so
and that was 91 right there.
91. So he's only thrown 10 pitches this inning. There goes the runner, and that misses outside. So he's going to have to pitch to at least 1 more batter. So that's the 2nd walk for Smith. So regardless what happens here, unless one of these base runners get picked off, they're going to make it back to the top of the order. So coming down, looks like this may be a pinch hitter. It doesn't look like Dominic Jones, the catcher. Colby Hall, number 10. I don't know if he said Colby or Toby. I think he said Colby.
Colby Hall is a freshman. Left-handed batter, pinch hitting here.
So he's pinch hitting for the catcher, Jones, who's done a great job behind the plate so far today.
I would imagine Jones will re-enter.
That's probably a safe bet. I mean, Hall batting lefty. Not sure if he throws lefty, but. So 1st and 2nd and 2 outs. Tough spot to put your freshman in here. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning for Kennett. He hits a line drive, 1 hopper to Clay Campbell. He eats it up and throws him out. So 1 pitch, he gets out of the inning. So a good piece. Colby Hall put a stung it a little bit, but the result was a ground out. So after retiring 10 straight, he lets up a base hit and a walk, and then gets Colby Hall to ground out to Clay Campbell. So that says it for the top of the 6th inning. And after 5.5, Goffstown is ahead 4-0, and Goffstown has Clay, Justin, and Tyler coming up. Looking to add to that lead as Grames makes his way back out there for his warm-up tosses.
I'd say
Yeah,
that might be the day for Taylor French. 94 pitches, only allowed 2 hits, stranded 7 runners for Kennett over 6 innings so far.
Yeah, and it looked like early on, Steve, through those first couple innings, it looked like he might not make it very far. I mean, through the first 3 innings, he was in a lot of trouble. He was throwing a lot of pitches. They had 1st and 2nd with 1 out. And then what does he do? He gets the next 2 outs and then retires the next 8 batters in a row. So
they actually went a streak of 10 batters in a row there overall. And you know what? And credit to Taylor, that bottom of the lineup we just mentioned about how they hadn't been putting the ball in play. And when you can get outs
on one pitch.
Outs without anybody putting the ball in play. I mean, that's like a double-edged sword because not only are you getting the out, but nothing productive's happening for the offensive team either.
So the umpire was saying something. I don't know if there's another substitution happening here, but
The catcher re-entered.
Yeah, the catcher re-entered, but I thought he said something else. But we figured that Jones was going to re-enter the game, and Clay takes a strike. So Clay is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch his last time up, and he scored on the strikeout wild pitch to Tyler. Clay hits a ground ball to first. That's foul. Spencer was hugging the line and had to take a couple steps to his left. So I thought I heard a substitution. Number 5, Parker Coleman, is now playing center field. So he probably came into game for Ethan Willett. So he may be batting second. Parker Coleman now playing center field.
Yeah, I don't know who he's in for exactly.
There's a ground ball to second. Picked up, throw to first base, and he makes the play. So Clay puts the ball in play but grounds out to the second baseman, and his struggles continue. So here's Justin Pernard. He's 1 for 3. Had a key base hit his last time up, a huge RBI single, clutch with 2 outs.
Coleman, the new center fielder, another freshman in this lineup.
They have a lot of them. I tell you, this team is going to be something that we're going to be watching the next few years with all these freshmen they have. Justin takes a ball. Justin popped out his first 2 at-bats. Didn't look like those swings were anything to write home about. And then he hit a line drive single over the second baseman's head, a key RBI single. Actually, it was over the first baseman's head.
Yeah, right between first and second, hooked that line drive and hit it.
He misses high
hard.
there. 2-0. We'd like to see Justin on ahead of Tyler here. Justin got a stolen base, too, after that base hit. And he hits a line drive, same spot. That's going to go in the alley. Down the line. Right fielder getting over there. Justin's going to go for 2. The ball was not picked up cleanly, and Justin's in the second base with a stand-up double.
Yeah.
A 2-0 fastball that he turns on. So Justin's now 2 for 4.
That ball hooked back towards the line, just similar to his first base hit, except this one went into foul territory. The right fielder picked his head up for 1 second to check the runner, and in doing so, didn't pick the ball clean, and Pernard took full advantage, never stopped on his turn, and went right into second base.
So here's Tyler. He's 1 for 3. Struck out twice, but he got on base his last time on the pitch in the dirt. Actually got Justin to score on that. I'm sorry, Clay to score on that. And he takes a pitch in the dirt. So Tyler looking to add on here. Derek Stekowicz in the on-deck circle. Looks like he's going to hit for Taylor French. So Taylor's day might be done. Unless they just don't want him to hurt himself anymore, Steve. Another pitch low. So Tyler's ahead 2-0 here. Same count he had to Justin when Justin hooked that single down the right field line. Sun coming out again. Tyler, a little foul ball at the plate. Topped it off the plate and to come back and hit him. It's now 2-1. Checking the ball. Tell you what, the sky was dark earlier, Steve. It's brightening up very nicely here. White clouds above us, blue sky. I don't think there's any threat of rain for the second game.
Well, Mike, I'm a meteorologist only in my own mind, but this looks like the beginning of a long stretch of some nice, dry, sunny weather coming for the next few days.
And not much humidity along with it, Steve, so that's good, especially for those allergy sufferers. The pollen counts are supposed to be down. So 3-1 to Tyler, definite hitters count here. Let's see what Grames throws him, see if he comes with the curve. And Tyler hits a line drive to left center field. That's going to get down. That's going to roll to the wall. Tyler rounds first base and hits the wall. He's going to end up at second base. An RBI double for Tyler Santoro, and it's 5-0 Goffstown. Trades places with Justin Pernard.
Well, Tyler has been red hot, and he stung a ball to the gap there. Nobody catching that ball. It wasn't in the air long enough to be caught.
That ball was probably only 12 feet off the ground the entire way. And if Smith caught that one, Steve.
If Smith caught that one, yeah, we'd need to have him investigated.
Yeah, no kidding. So Tyler and Justin trade places. Derek Stekowicz is coming up to bat. So we saw him in the on-deck, so up, and they're going to get a pinch runner. Probably Ben Dodge is going to come in and run for Tyler. Tyler does not run terribly well. Ben has got excellent speed. So Tyler's coming out. Ben's going to come in and run. Handshake from Coach Lawrence to Tyler Santoro. I'm sure Tyler's going to come back in to finish the game behind the plate. So Derek batting here. Tell you, this is the kind of pitcher that Derek likes to hit. Curveball pitchers. Derek usually stays back against these type of guys. So Derek is going to look to extend Goffstown's lead here.
Derek's a big boy, but he hits through the middle of the field and the other way very well.
So here's the pitch. Derek lays off that curveball. I'll tell you, Grames loves that curveball. I talked about it when he was warming up. But he's falling behind with it, though, Steve. And then he has to rely on that fastball.
This inning he's fallen behind with the curveball, and Goffstown's been able to pick apart some pitches here thus far.
Fastball misses in, so Derek's ahead 2-0 here. Derek had a couple of bad at-bats in the Wyndham game, but you can tell it's just a matter of time before this big guy breaks out. Open stance, that right foot almost on the outside part of the batter's box. And he takes a strike. That's a great pitcher's pitch right there. He's behind 2-0, and he paints the outside corner.
Yep, good spot.
So Goffstown now with 5 runs and 5 hits, back-to-back doubles here. And Derek fouls one off at the plate.
See, that's one right there, trying to pull a ball that's working away from you and a little bit slower than the pace you might be used to seeing. Got to stay back through the middle and the other way with this pitching staff, or these two kids anyways.
Yep. So Goffstown's 5 hits, 4 of them have come from the 3 and 4 hitters. Curveball, and Derek stays on it. Justin and Tyler both have 2 hits apiece. And they're responsible for 3 of the 5 runs that came in. Justin's RBI single, Tyler's RBI double, and Tyler's strikeout was the pitch in the dirt that scored the runner from third base. So here's Derek. And Derek hits a ground ball to second. That'll get Ben to third. So there's 2 down now as Robitaille makes a nice play over to first base. So you get 2 down. Derek does a job. He moves the runner over to third base. And here's Bobby Doherty, who drilled a line drive to left field, walked, and reached on an error by the third baseman Fletcher his last time up. And stole second base after that. So Goffstown looking for another insurance run here. Not sure if Taylor's going to be coming out to start the 7th or not. There's a strike. They have a periscope down in the dugout there, Steve. That's your son, Steve Beal, with the periscope looking at the game. Sebastian, I'm calling you. There's a strike. So Grames has found the curveball now. It's 0-2 quickly to Bobby Doherty. Ethan Smith on deck.
Some things are better left unseen, Mike.
Curveball misses high. Looked like you had Bobby fooled. So it's 1-2. Yep, Tyler's all geared up, so he's coming back into the game. They've done that quite often this year, put Ben in to run for Tyler late in the game. There's a ground ball to third. Fletcher with the throw to first. It's high, but he comes back. Big guy Spencer over there. Spencer makes the grab. But Goffstown comes up with another run on consecutive doubles by Justin Pennard and Tyler Santoro. And Mitchell Skokie is walking out to the mound. Mitchell's going to take over here. So Goffstown with a 5-0 lead. And you'll get us the book on Taylor French, I'm sure, Steve.
Will do.
Mitchell Skokie hasn't pitched in a while, Steve. He was one of the workhorses early on, and he's been now just in a relief role. You know, with the game so spaced out. You got Taylor and or Connor pitching, and Mitchell's only seen an inning here or there in relief, and he's looking to come in and slam the door here on Kennett. But Kennett might be happy to see Taylor gone at the bottom of the order. So he must have been close to 100 pitches. I know he was at one point. You said he was throwing his 91st.
Yeah, he went 6 innings on 94 pitches.
94.
I'll get the rest of the.
Well, we know he had 2 hits because that's what it says on the scoreboard out there. He only had 2 hits.
2 hits, no runs.
I think he had 7 strikeouts.
Yep, 7 strikeouts, hit 1 batter.
Walked 4 maybe?
4.
Yep. So Mitchell Skokie gets a standing ovation of sorts from the crowd here. His mother is very loud, and his dad, who usually up here in the booth with us, he's down there now. His heart's beating a little bit harder. We just need Mitch to stay ahead of these batters and to get out front. So
So, just in case anybody cares about the substitution, so Taylor had been pitching, obviously, and batting for himself. Derek Stekowicz came in and pinch hit for him, and then Mitchell Skacke comes in Derek's spot in the order.
So it looks to me, Steve, like Parker Coleman came in for Dylan West. He went to center, and then the center fielder Willett probably went to right because he's in the on-deck circle. So unless they're batting out of order, Parker Coleman is coming in for Dylan West.
Right.
I had him in one spot lower. So this is Parker Coleman leading off, and he takes a ball to start the inning off. And a strike. So each strike will garner a cheer from the Mitchell Skacke cheering session, who's right below us. There's a ground ball to short. Isaac backhands it, comes up quickly and throws. Pulls Justin off the bag. So leadoff runner on. So that's going to be an E6 because if he makes a good throw, he's got him.
Yep.
But you talked about that earlier, though. Justin kind of committed to that stretch too soon. If he comes off and maybe catches it and comes back. So a pinch runner, number 33. I'm sorry, Steve. Number 33. Ben Roberts is coming in to run.
He's the lone senior on this club.
For Parker Coleman. So this is now Roberts. So an error to start off the inning.
Well, just to finish the thought, I'd like to see Connor take another step or two. He had time to instead of setting a backhand that throw. I know it takes you a step or two further from the throw, but he certainly has the arm to do it. And then Justin's got his weight going in one direction, and if it's not within that reach, then you see what happened there where he kind of falls off the bag. And I don't know that throw wasn't that far wide.
Pitch misses for a ball.
It didn't appear to be.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. Like I said, he committed to that stretch a little too early. And that might be the one knock on Justin over there at first base. He's a hell of a ball player, and he puts his body in front of everything, but he does often commit to that stretch before he needs to. So now Mitchell's falling behind 2-0 here. So the error kind of gives Kennett some life here, and then 2-0 on the 9-hitter, Willett. And Willett hits a line drive base hit to left field. So making some noise here, first and second and no outs. And it's going to bring a visit to the mound by Coach Lopez with the top of the order coming up. So that was probably one of the hardest hit balls of the day by Kennett. So,
well, and I know that we gave the stat earlier about the number of balls put in play by the 6 through 9 hitters on the day today, but that's not to say that they weren't taking good, healthy cuts, and especially Ethan Willett, who's batting ninth, playing center field to start the game, moved to right field, but that young man has not been cheated on any of the swings he's taken today, including that line drive single to left field.
No, you got that right, Steve. I mean, he's been swinging hard all game, as has the rest of the bottom of the lineup. So here's the top of the order now, and Mitchell misses again, so he's working from behind. This is Ethan Robitaille, the second baseman. He was 0 for 3 against Taylor French.
Yep,
struck out twice and flied to right field.
Yep.
Sorry, Steve.
No, that's all right. And
looks like we may have a pinch runner coming in here. There is number 1. His name, I have his name is Chick.
I don't have him on the roster.
So let's see what the PA. Russell Chick is running at first base for Willett. And that's fouled straight back. He was right on that pitch, Steve.
Yep.
So Mitchell's not fooling anybody out here right now. Mitchell's not, he doesn't throw as hard as Taylor. His fastball, it's not going to probably blow by a lot of people, but he relies a lot on his off-speed pitches. But if he can't throw his curveball for a strike, that's what gets him in trouble.
Right, and we've seen all season long where he's throwing fastballs by hitters because that curveball is such a threat.
Right, and there it is right there. That's the one you just saw. If he throws it like that, then that makes his fastball look like it's coming in at 90.
Yeah.
So he's got Robitaille in a hole 0-2 here. Devin Willett in the on-deck circle. Timeout called at the plate by Robitaille. So Kennett now with 3 hits on the ball game. First and second, no outs. The best threat they've had so far. And there's a foul ball out of play. It's going to bounce off the wall of the softball field, so the count remains at 0-2.
This is why you play the games, because anything can happen.
Curveball, ground ball to first. Justin over there feeds Mitchell. They get the out, so the runners will advance. So Justin does the job, feeds Mitchell the ball. So Robitaille is out 3-1, and there's one down now. And here's Devin Willett, the shortstop. He's 1 for 3. He had a ringing double to right center field. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Kennett.
Yeah, that's a productive out from the leadoff man. He was fooled. He was out front, but he stayed back long enough to put the ball in play. Grounded to the right side, moved 2 runners in a scoring position.
I think this might be. Sorry, Steve. This might be the first time Kennett's had a runner at third base today. There's a ball.
Well, they had a second and third situation back in the third, where they left the runners at second and third.
Yep. You are right, because Taylor looked the runner back at third base on that ground ball. You are correct, as usual. 2-0 here. Mitch behind again. And you got the 3-hitter Grames on deck. Big lead at second base. Big secondary lead.
There's a strike from Mitchell.
Yep.
And Goffstown can afford to trade outs for runs here with a 5-run lead.
Oh, certainly. I mean, the infield ground ball, they got to be thinking first base all the way. There's a line drive to center field. Is it going to hold up? Schwernard makes the grab. Again, you got great speed out there. The throw comes into third base. A run will score. But like you said, they'll take the out for a run there. And that's exactly what happens. Great grab by Carter Schwernard.
It really was. That ball was hit very well. That's the second time we've seen him really lace a ball towards the middle of the field. And Schwernard just runs over, flags it down. Makes the play, records the out. So now there's 2 outs, and they've got to score a bunch of runs here before making a third out.
Yep. So you got Nate Grames, who's 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and walked, and he takes a strike. Flew out to center field to Schwernard his last time up, and he's got to keep the train moving to give Kennett a chance here. And you got big Chase Spencer in the on-deck circle. Curveball hits him. So the second time he's been hit. So now you got Spencer coming up with first and third. He's still not the tying run.
The first baseman, number 30, Jay Spencer.
The tying run would be Fletcher in the on-deck circle now, who's 0 for 3. Who's 1 for 3. I'm sorry. Spencer is 0 for 3. Fly to center, grounder first to third, and then a fly to right. First time facing Mitchell, and that misses outside. I can't imagine Grames is going to be running here. You don't want a chance being thrown. You don't want to take a chance of being thrown out to end the ball game.
Got a pretty healthy lead over there, though.
And he swings and misses, so it's 1-1. Big healthy swing there.
Yep.
Tell you what, the outfield. I'd like to see Will a couple steps back. I'd like to see him play no doubles over their head. Carter is deep in center field, as is Doherty. And there's a fly ball. Is Clay going to get there? No, Susie's coming in. Susie's under it. He makes the grab, and Goffstown wins. The ball game is over. Goffstown will be advancing to the finals on Monday night at Delta Dental Stadium. First time since 2014 that Goffstown will be making it to the championship round. They were here last year and lost in extra innings to Portsmouth, but they come through. It wasn't easy. Mitchell had to pitch the 7 batters here in the 7th inning, but Goffstown, a very game Kennett team. Goffstown comes away with a 5-1 lead, 5-1 victory.
Well, that's just a good game by Goffstown. That leadoff error in the 7th comes back to be the one run that Kennett's able to push across in the ball game. Both teams played pretty well defensively, pretty good pitch. I mean, a lot of base runners in this game. And pitchers were making pitches even though even with runners on base, and for the number of runners on base, the score could have been much different than it was. But Kennett leaves 9 runners in the game. Goffstown leaves 10. Goffstown advances with a solid 5-1 victory, and we'll play the winner of the Portsmouth-Hanover game that'll come up here shortly.
Yeah, you said it, Steve. Great defense. Kennett's defense kind of. I don't want to say let them down. They did a lot to preserve some runs. They caused their pitchers to throw a few extra pitches. And, Goffstown could have blown this open a lot earlier, like you said, Steve. That bases loaded inning where they only got 2 across. I mean, that inning could have been 5-6 runs easy. But Goffstown, again, 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Kennett, 1 run on 3 hits. They committed 3 errors. Taylor French gets credit with the win, and Derek Descoulias will suffer the defeat. Mitchell Skokie, not really a save situation when he come in, so doesn't get credit with the save. So Goffstown now will wait to see who wins this next game, Portsmouth and Hanover, and both of those clubs have already beaten Goffstown once this year. They gave Goffstown 2 of their 3 losses, the other being to Bedford, as we talked about earlier.
Right. Mitchell ends up going 1 inning, 20 pitches, allows a run. It was unearned. Hit a batter, allowed a hit. And, you know, other than that one single to left field, nothing was really hit that hard against them. And Goffstown made the plays, recorded the outs, and gave up the 1 run. But that's a solid team game from start to finish from Goffstown.
Absolutely, Steve. And, you know, if they can play like that, they got some timely pitching when they needed it. They got some timely defense when they needed it. So if they can play like that on Monday night, they're going to have a chance, and that's all you really want. A chance to get to the big dance. You know, they made it to the Final Four last year, and like I said, they come up a little bit short in that Portsmouth game. They may have a chance to redeem themselves against Portsmouth. We don't know what's going to happen in this game coming up now, but wish both teams the best of luck, Portsmouth and Hanover. And we'll find out Monday. We'll find out in a little while, but you folks watching us, will be watching us later on, won't find out from us. You'll probably have to find out some other way who they're going to play after today.
Well, I'll say one thing. This Kennett team looks like they're poised to be good for the next couple of years, loaded with freshmen and sophomores on this club, and their best pitcher is a junior who will be back. So this team is going to be a team that won 12 games this year. They should be a team to contend with next year.
Absolutely, and you know, nothing but probably plus side for this team going forward with all the youngsters they have. So, Steve, I think that's going to do it for us. This is our 15th game of the year, and it was Adam told me this was game number 130 done by the Goffstown TV volunteers, and a fantastic number. I think we did 105 or so last year and 130 this year, and I'm sure we're going to find a way to bring you 131 on Monday night. So I'm looking forward to broadcasting that game from Delta Dental Stadium. So I think that's going to do it for us here today. For our cameraman, Ethan Santoro and Trevor Santoro, who helped out, Steve Beal, great working with you again, Steve. Hopefully we can do it on Monday. I'm Mike Santoro saying we'll see you live from Delta Dental Stadium on Monday.